What's up, guys? It's your boy Jamaica here, coming at you another tournament recap for Season 7, Week 6. The Thursday tournament was won by Ribbons the Knight once again with his Esper Blink deck. This is actually his third win with this deck, fifth win for the season, so he's #1 player in tournament wins. And with this crazy mid-range Blink deck, what else is there to say about the deck, really? I got to watch a couple of games. I was in this tournament too. I went 2-2, whatever. But this deck just kind of like has a lot of like different cards that work in like different situations. For example, like sometimes you kind of wonder why it's like one Miss Metal Witch isn't. But actually, it's a kind of a lockout card with Nevermaker. If you know they don't have any more removal spells, you can just lock out their draw if you have a ton of mana. Like Miss Metal Witch, Nevermaker. It's like 8 mana, lock you out of your draw step. There you go. You don't get the draw anymore. Magister Worth was very worthy. It's just a pretty awesome card. I think every time the Ribbons was behind, Magister was like, "Nope, here, I got your back. Let's go do this." Cloud Blazer, Spins the Lost Truce was really great in the mid game, just kind of like refueling, especially with Oath of Jace too. And Animate Dance are also really quirky in this deck too. It gives you a lot of value because you're discarding cards with Oath of Jace, things like that. And your creatures are going to die. They're just like small creatures, but Enemy gives you a ton of value. It's actually really funny against the World Gorger decks. I was watching a match with him versus Briar Moss, who was on his Infinite Combos deck, and he Ribbons actually used Briar Moss's World Gorger Dragon to generate infinite mana, and he was going to draw his deck with Oath of Jace, and he had a way to stop the loop too. So it was actually really cool to see. Just Animate Dead used offensively for other people's combo decks, so that's really cool too. He ended up winning 6-1, and he lost in the Swiss to Mono Red, and beat the same Mono Red player in the finals. It just kind of like grinded his way out of it. Like Levine of Intent seemed amazing as Mono Red too. Also, just good in general. It's like a way to detain your opponent's creatures. But I remember him losing with a Sphere Law in play, just to like a bunch of burn spells. So maybe that's like an issue you can address. Maybe playing more Sphere Law. I'm not sure if like Mono Red's like a bad matchup. It just seemed like it can get under a lot of like. There's a lot of setup this deck. You can tell it's like between the signets and like the 4 and like massive amounts of 5 drops here. There's actually like a ton of different setups. There's different things you need to get going right, and maybe it's just like maybe Mono Red's probably the best deck against this deck because it just gets under all the threats where you get the setup. So I'm looking at like more like aggressive style decks to kind of beat this deck. Resilient aggro decks, maybe or maybe just like combo decks. The sideboard isn't really like geared towards combo. There's no like Mesmeric Fiend or whatever. Like I think the Infinite Combo deck is decent, but it's a little slower and it's a little easier to interact with. So maybe just more like spell based combo. Like the last time it lost to the Dragonstorm deck. Because like if you let the Dragonstorm just kind of do what it wants, it can go off at like turn 4 to 5. Like relatively like not too hard. So and like I said, this deck doesn't really have like it has like some lobotomies. That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's an interesting deck. Ribbons is a player that will just find that kind of like value mid range style deck and just kind of like roll with it. And he's not going to stop playing it unless you guys beat him. So if you want to see the other decks for this competition, check the description below. There's a link. Thanks guys for watching. Catch you next time.